Hello and welcome everybody to another one of my mindful conversations. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments, for watching my guests and hearing the beautiful messages they're sharing with the world. So as you know, I'm Tanya Otterstein-Liehs, self-care coach, focusing on women and really harnessing the power that you have inside of you to unleash the amazing woman that you are. And today, my guest is Mia. And Mia has this amazing power in her as well. And I love the fact that, I was watching her on social media, and especially with Instagram, and just like, yes, Mia gets it, sharing that same belief, that same passion. And I reached out to Mia and said, I got to have you on my Mindful Conversation podcast. So Mia she'll be telling you all about herself, but she has been practicing as a coach, as a world coach for the past 30 years, again, focusing on the importance of wellness, health, fitness. And she comes from a true place of authenticity, adding in some humor to keep it light, because some topics are really hard to grasp. So she has a humor in there with grace and definitely strong humanity. So Mia, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being here and sharing with the world about your amazing presence. And the audience today, of course, I give a little introduction, Mia, but can you please tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I would love to. I want to start just by thanking you for having me on here, because
Thank
there is
you.
definitely a movement right now of women who are just, I want to say, just like kind of a little bit ahead of the curve. And we're just like we're reaching out and taking people by the hand and sort of
Yeah.
taking them on this journey with us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a long history in the health and wellness industry. I've owned a few businesses, sold them all. I bridged into the world of coaching, and I combine the skills into one glorious compact suitcase of humor and accountability.
The big word.
Yeah. So, when I first started in coaching, I really had, first of all, no idea what not what I was doing, but who my avatar was, who I wanted to coach, what style of coaching I wanted, the area of life I wanted to coaching. And it has just slowly evolved into my passion, which is watching women literally blossom in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
I love working with men as well, and I do work with men. I just seem to attract women that are powerful thought leaders, even if they don't know it.
Yeah.
Even if they don't believe it, or they don't get it, or they don't get it yet. If they're attracted to our work, your work, my work, so many other women, if they're attracted to this, they are powerful thought leaders.
Yeah.
They're just starting to blossom.
Yeah. And I love, Mia, how you said, that it's the power's always been inside, right? It's giving yourself permission to unharness and unleash that. And often it takes just us to, here's my hand. Let's, be there for you. And all of a sudden, you're guiding them and they're doing that work that they didn't realize they could do. And they're starting to listen to that inner voice and the power of them blossoming and just shining. It is so powerful, that transition, that shift that happens in the mindset. So I love how you talked about they just blossom, and it is an amazing, powerful thing to see. And I agree that when you see that, it makes it so worth it that you're there for them and that you're helping them become and I say become who you've always meant to be, because she's inside. It's
Yes.
just letting her go and unleashing and giving her that power. And with what you do, what is a message, Mia, that you want to share throughout working with women or men, but specifically women? What is a message, Mia, that you can share with them, that you just talk about and radiate with that pure passion?
Yeah, absolutely. The foundation of my work is that our thinking creates everything. Our thinking creates our story, which creates our reality, and our story creates the emotion, and the emotion fuels the thinking.
Yeah.
And the more you fuel the thinking, the stronger the
Yeah.
story becomes and the more real it becomes, even if there's nothing real about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that we have limitless possibilities to rewrite the story
Yeah. Yeah.
with the right guidance and support to help elevate people out of the story so they can kind of hover up here and look down on the story and go, actually, I don't really like that story. I don't want to edit that story.
Yeah, it's being stuck, right? It's like stuck and they don't even recognize anymore who they are. They don't even recognize that there is more. There's another journey that they can give themselves permission to just go forth.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the more people that resonate or get or connect with that message, that holy cow, you're absolutely right. This is just a story. I'm just the
Yeah,
main character in the story, and I can change the location, the details, the clothing, the people.
yeah,
I can, the final chapter.
yeah,
We have it all lives inside of us.
yeah. And do you find, Mia, as well, that when they've given permission for that power, when a woman's given permission to take that new journey, it's like they're this new person. They're shining, and they have this self-confidence and this self-worth, and they just, this energy that radiates about them, the way they present themselves in front of other people. If they're mom, do you see too that all of a sudden it's like, okay, I need to value myself well and not give all my time away to my kids, or all my
Yeah,
time away to my spouse, all my time away partner. Do you find that all of a sudden their inner voice is so much powerful, and they're starting to make themselves important instead of everybody else?
absolutely. Yeah. You know, those roles that we play, the roles that we play, the role of mom, the role of wife, the role of friend, the role of sister, whatever they happen to be, you
Mm-hmm.
can fulfill that role in the most intensely amazing way when you recognize who you are being in
Mm-hmm.
those roles. And
Yeah.
part of who you are being requires self-care. So if I am being a people-pleasing savior, then it's kind of going to have a predictable look.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being a compassionate, empathetic, non-judgmental person who just simply holds space for whatever you require, then it has a different look.
Yeah.
So I think that that is another piece of the story when people start to realize, oh yeah, I just am playing a role. You know,
Yeah.
especially moms, like when, I mean, the most perfect example is a mom who has 3 kids that, and the last one just left university, and they're like, I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, all the kids are gone. Who am I?
Yeah.
That's such a powerful role that she has been in her
Yeah.
whole life, that is how she identifies herself.
Yeah. That empty nest syndrome, they say, right? Is like, okay, who am I? All
Who?
I've ever known is being a mom.
Yeah. And you know, it starts with that question.
Yeah.
When someone can actually say that, who am I? Boom, there's opportunity. Who do
Mm-hmm.
you want to be? Who do you
Yeah.
like? Who do you remember yourself being?
Yeah, exactly. And that brings me to another thought, Mia. And I face this sometimes myself, and I've learned to how to go about it. But I want to know if your advice that you can share with the women out there, the audience. So even though we've gone through this shift, and we gain a new power, but every now and then there's going to be that inner voice, that negative voice, that you question yourself. And you and I know how to go about that and change it. But what's something that you can share to say, okay, now I'm hearing this inner voice and I'm starting to doubt if who I've become and who I like. Is that where I should continue, or should I be who I once was?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel if anyone has enough space to be able to be the observer of their thoughts, they can have that conversation from a place of expansion.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you don't even observe that you're having those thoughts, that
Mm-hmm.
there's no opportunity for choice
Yeah.
to say, yeah, no, I don't like, I'm not sure that this is who I this is who I truly want to be as I move forward. If you can actually be up here and talk to yourself about that,
Mm-hmm.
that comes from a place of awareness
Yeah.
as opposed to a place of ego.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning, is this the road? Is this the right road? Is this who I truly feel? Like if you feel out of alignment, chances are pretty strong that you are out of alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it starts with being able to have that elevation where you actually recognize that you are asking yourself that question. So
Yeah.
that's a beautiful step.
Yeah. And I always say too to women that it's okay to hear that voice and acknowledge it, but it's a difference to give it power. Your choice is you have the permission inside of you to, yes, I hear you. However, I'm not going to give you power.
Yeah. Great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like having the mean girl that's living in your head, and you can choose to empower her or you can choose to disempower her.
Yeah.
She's always going to be there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, those cartoons where you have the little, there's two little people here. It's like, yeah, I
Totally.
hear you.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Mia, what allows you to thrive and live this passion that you do?
I think it goes back to what we just talked about, where when people always say to me, oh my God, that must be so exhausting. Are you kidding me? When you watch people bloom in front of your eyes, it is so inspiring. And it's almost like you're the one getting the gift, right?
Yeah.
Because it energizes me and it inspires me and it motivates me and it reminds me every single day, holy cow,
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
What do I want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really truly is the client blossoming before your eyes that is the fertilizer for me.
Yeah. Isn't it powerful? I so get it. When you talk about this, just remind me, this weekend I was with a group of women for an empowering event. And, we all introduced ourselves and why we're there. And I just, like you said, spoke from your heart. And later these women are coming to me, he's like, are you a motivational speaker? Oh my gosh, something shifted in my mind and da-da-da. And you're thinking, whoops. And you're thinking, but this is the way you need to feel, right? And it's like you said, it's powerful, and you feel like, how can I not stop what I'm doing? Because you actually feel the gift yourself, and you yourself become more empowered. Like, do you experience that too? Just like, well, yeah, like I feel great and I want to keep on doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I feel the more in touch you are with your intuition and your intention, the easier it is to just speak from your heart. You're not trying to
Yes.
put a cloak on or a mask. You're just like, truly in alignment with your values and speaking from your heart, from a place of genuine authenticity. It's pretty easy to speak and to share.
Yeah. And I love, Mia, that's where you always come from, your heart and your authenticity, your voice. It's there. And I love, seeing that out and listening to you. And it's just, you speak from your heart. And I love how you share that with, the wider audiences, the whole world. And I mean, you can really see it even as we're talking, that you authentically, it's coming from a place, inside power that you want to share with the world, because you can see it, you can feel from people that are just saying whatever, or someone's truly speaking from what they believe in themselves. And, I love that it just radiates off of you as well. And, I really validate how you stated that, it is from my heart and it's authentic, and that deserves to be shared, and that power deserves to be given to other women, because I feel you think the same way as as I do, that it's not a competition.
No,
It's
no, no,
it's
no, no.
it's holding each other up, uplifting each other up. We're stronger as a community than we are as one.
Yeah, it is collaboration. It's not competition.
Yeah, I love that. And Mia, I know everyone's wanting to know, oh my gosh, how can I find this woman? Where can I reach her? So can you please share, and everybody that's watching that, down below this video, this recording, that is where Mia's information as well. But can you please share that while I have you here?
Thank you so much. Well, they can find me in the usual places. So the bar or no, I'm just kidding.
See what I mean? Humor.
So Instagram, I am Mia Jerritt, and also everything has Voice of Choice or Mia Jerritt. So on Facebook, I have Voice of Choice. I have a closed conversational group called the Voice of Choice. My website that I prefer people use is voiceofchoicemia.com. That's where all the information is. And they can always reach out to me personally too at lifecoach@miajerritt.com. I always answer people's emails. So wherever they can find me.
Wonderful.
Not that hard to find.
Wonderful. Now, as we're coming slowly to an end, Mia, there's always 3 questions that
Yeah.
I ask every guest. And I have to say, these are, as much as I loved finding out about you and you sharing your powerful message, there's something about these last questions, because now we saw Mia, who she is professionally, but now we're finding out about Mia, who she is the person. So these are my favorite questions that I always love asking the guests on Mindful Conversations. And they are, number 1, what is a quote that you live by and absolutely love?
Is it okay if it's a very short poem that I live
Oh,
by?
that is fine. Yeah, it's got to be one that you love. So,
I'm so passionate about this, and I'm sure that more than half of your audience know this, but I'm going to read it again because it is the most powerful piece of supporting documentation that I've ever come across for the movement that we're all involved in.
yeah, please, please. Yes.
Our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of this universe. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the greatness within us, and it's not just in some of us, it is in every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Nice. I like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so in the moment. Oh my gosh. Brilliant. Very nice. I'm glad you shared that.
Marianne Williamson.
Very nice. I'm glad you shared that. As far as advice, Mia, what's the number 1 advice you want to share today?
That you always have a choice.
Mm.
That life isn't about good or bad, right or wrong, up or down, success or failure. It's about limitations or opportunities. And you
Nice.
always have a choice.
Nice, right? It's opening the door to opportunities. Nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Because it is. We have choices, right? It's give ourselves permission to make the choice and go after those opportunities. So lovely advice. Now, Mia, if this was the last day of your life,
Yeah.
and family cannot be an answer for this one, but what is the one thing that you would be grateful for?
My hair.
We love our hair because we do different things with it. I love that because most women say, I don't like my hair.
I'm just kidding. It's definitely my health.
Yes.
Without a doubt, it's my health.
Oh my gosh. That is brilliant. And you know what I have to say, oh my gosh, for? As you know, and all the listeners, every day I write in a gratitude journal, 5 things I'm grateful for. And every day I put in there, I'm grateful for my health because it keeps me alive. And another guest I had on just the other day, that was her answer as well, her health. So there's something going on.
Yeah. People always ask, why do you exercise so much? My neighbor once said to me, Mia, come here. He said, if you died tomorrow, nobody would want your body. And I'm like, really, why? And he goes, it has way too many miles on it. But the funniest thing is, I exercise because I can.
Yeah.
And I take care of myself because I can, whereas a lot of people don't have that luxury.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
My health is so important to me.
Yeah. And I think a lot of things roll in that health too, right? It's yes, I'm moving my body because I can, but I think health too has to do with mindset,
Yes.
right? Having a healthy mindset, having a healthy overall look on life, of course, having the ability to move. So, I love that you picked that word. See, everybody, there's a reason we pick health.
Right.
Mia, thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you for being my guest on Mindful Conversations. I feel that, your messages are powerful. You're a true, authentic person. You are here for a reason. And I appreciate you valuing the gift you have and sharing with everybody out there. And one final word for you before I slowly bring this to an end.
I want to thank you for taking this work out into the world, because your message is so incredibly important.
Aww.
And giving women like myself a platform to be able to share and to support and to back you up. Because we're going to change this world, even if it's one person at a time. Yeah. That is our intention. So thank you for this platform, and thank you for having me.
And thank you very much for thanking me. I really, really appreciate it. And on that note, thank you very much, everybody, for listening and giving yourself time and value, and knowing that you deserve to hear the messages that myself and guests share. And as always, you know who I am. I'm Tanya Otterstein-Liehs, and my messages always end like this. Remember, when you go to bed tonight, as you lie in bed, think about the best thing that happened, because no matter what, there's always one wonderful thing. And when you wake up tomorrow, think about and write down things that you are grateful for. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. And remember, love yourself every moment, every day. Take care. Bye, Mia.
Thanks, Tanya. Bye-bye.
Bye.